You've heard of cyclopes and sirens. But what if I told you Odysseus faced a threat far worse? Not just one monster, but an entire civilization of giants, hungry for blood. Stay with me, because this story gets darker than you think. Welcome, travelers of the unknown, to another journey through the forgotten echoes of time. You've just stepped into Myth or Real, the channel where legends breathe, and history whispers its secrets. If you love myths, monsters, gods, and ancient chaos, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell icon. It helps me more than you know, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Don't forget to drop a comment with your favorite mythical character, kings, warriors, demons, angels, or twisted creatures like the one we'll meet today. Today, we uncover the monstrous legacy of the Laestrygonians, a race of giant cannibals from Greek mythology who turned the sea red and shook the courage of even the mightiest of heroes. Chapter 1. The Land Beyond Reason. In the twilight mists of ancient Greece, sailors spoke in hushed tones of a cursed land far to the west, a place where the sun burned too brightly, and the earth trembled with unnatural hunger. The Laestrygonians were not merely giants. They were a civilization, towering, brutal, and bloodthirsty. Yes, but they built cities, ruled with iron fists, and thrived in a place few dared name. Their home? Telepolis, the city with the strong gates. Some believe it once lay on the island of Sicily. Others think it vanished beneath the waves near Sardinia or Corsica. But the legend remains. The ancient poet Homer first sang of them in the Odyssey, where Odysseus and his crew, fresh from battling cyclopes and gods, stumbled into their nightmare. Chapter 2. Odysseus and the Feast of Blood. Odysseus, ever the explorer, approached the strange land. At first glance, Telepolis appeared normal. The harbor was calm. The cliffs surrounding it were steep and high. Too high. Only one narrow entrance in, none out. That alone should have been the first omen. He sent 3 scouts inland. One returned, shaking, bleeding. He told of a terrifying woman, tall as a tree, who led them into the city to meet her husband, King Antiphates. But this was no audience with a ruler. It was an ambush. Antiphates, massive and snarling, snatched one of Odysseus's men like a child picks fruit. He tore into him, devouring his flesh raw. The other 2 ran, with the screams of their companion echoing behind them. And then, the gates of Telepolis opened. Hundreds of Laestrygonian warriors poured out, spears in hand, stones larger than any man could lift, eyes gleaming with the thrill of the hunt. They rained death on Odysseus's fleet. The bay became a slaughterhouse. Ships shattered, men crushed, blood and salt mixed in the waves. Only Odysseus's own ship, moored outside the narrow cove, escaped. The rest gone, swallowed by giants and the sea. Chapter 3. Who were the Laestrygonians? Most believe the Laestrygonians were a lost tribe of pre-Hellenic giants, descended from the gods or cursed by them. Some myths link them to Poseidon, the sea god, like the Cyclopes, violent, monstrous children of divine blood. Others say they were the children of the earth, born from the deep places of the world, too old for the Olympians and too wild to be tamed. One thing is certain, they were not mere beasts. Homer describes their city as structured, organized, ruled. King Antiphates, queenly women, guards, gates, towers. These were not chaotic creatures. They were an empire of monsters. Little known to many. A few ancient sources even hint that the Laestrygonians were once human, a proud people cursed by the gods for hubris or cannibalism. Their transformation was not overnight, but slow, generations twisted by divine wrath and dark magic until their minds turned savage and their bodies grotesque. Chapter 4. Survivors and Scars. After Odysseus escaped, the Laestrygonians were never seen again in the same numbers. Did they vanish? Some say their city fell. Divine punishment. Others believe they withdrew deep underground, into cave systems beneath the Mediterranean, where their descendants still lurk, lesser in number, but no less deadly. The ancient historian Herodotus mentions giants in the west, and eaters of flesh in vague terms, though he never names the Laestrygonians directly. Could they have been survivors? In Roman times, there were still whispers. Travelers to Sardinia and Corsica claimed to find bones, enormous, human-like, buried in hillsides and caves. Were they real? or the remains of mammoths, misread by ancient eyes? Even today, scholars debate. Chapter 5, Legacy and Shadows. The Laestrygonians are more than just a footnote in Homer. They represent something primal, the fear of the unknown, the cost of curiosity, and the idea that not all civilizations are civil. They serve as a warning that even a hero like Odysseus, cunning and battle-hardened, could be undone not by gods or wars, but by a people forgotten by time, lurking beyond maps. What makes the Laestrygonians terrifying is not just their hunger, but their order. They are not chaos. They are structure, malice, and intent. A functioning society built on death. And perhaps that's why we remember them. So what do you think? Were the Laestrygonians just myth? Or were they something real, a remnant of a darker age that history chose to forget? If you enjoyed this tale of giants and shadows, please like, subscribe, and share this story. It helps the channel more than you know, and it doesn't cost you a single coin from the underworld. And let me know in the comments, who's your favorite character in mythology? Are you more into brutal kings, fallen angels, demonic beasts, or perhaps forgotten gods? Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, every myth was real to someone once.